Scott Patterson with your weekly weather flight delays outlook for the week starting with the 13th of October and running all the way through Sunday the 19th. This week will start out with a bang, then we'll go to a quiet period with not much in the way of delays, and then ending the week on the weekend with substantial delays possible. So if you are flying on Monday the 13th, possibly in Tuesday, and it involves the east coast of the US, just be aware, stay in touch with your local weather app or look on the TV, and just make sure you understand what's going on. There is a potential for significant delays on those days, and if you're flying on the weekend of the 18th and 19th into the 20th, the next Monday, right now it's pretty far out, but there is a potential for some significant delays on the east coast, east to Chicago or west to Chicago, and all the way west to San Francisco. So just starting out here on Monday, there is going to be a storm system that sits right off the coast of New York. It will provide northeast winds, low clouds, and heavy rain. This is all a recipe for big time delays, possible cancellations likely for some flights. Boston, with construction going on, will be probably the biggest risk for big delays. But the New York City airports, all the way down to Philly, will have a chance for having delays. As you get further south, it'll be little less rain, little less wind, maybe not as low clouds. So Washington, D.C. airports may be a little bit better. Norfolk, a smaller airport, does not do well in north winds. It usually gets low clouds, so that could be an issue if you're flying on a smaller carrier like Southwest into Norfolk. Other areas to look out for: scattered storms in the western Atlantic will cause routing issues. And then in the west, there is a storm system that will bring a chance for thunderstorms to Las Vegas, Phoenix, and Tucson. If you are flying into these airports, expect there will be some routing delays getting there, and then possibly some delays due to thunderstorms either at or nearby. If you are driving in these areas, be aware, if you're not from those areas, or even if you are, that these kind of thunderstorms will bring heavy rain and flash flooding. So those dry washes and dry creek beds that look like, why did they build a bridge here? This is why they built the bridge. Heavy rain could cause the water to fill up quickly in those points and then overflow across the road. So it can happen very, very quickly. So if you are in those areas, just be prepared. Also, low clouds with rain and wind for the San Francisco area with that storm could be a real issue. On the next day, on Tuesday, still a continuation in New York City of the rain, low clouds, and wind, but it's a little bit less. It's kind of the storm's moving away, it's weakening, and I think by the afternoon it may look a lot better. So if you're flying, there's going to be a lot of carryover delays from Monday into Tuesday. So starting out will be potentially very bad, but it'll get better through the day as the weather improves. We will continue to have the thunderstorms and routing issues going to South America and the Caribbean, and then more thunderstorms still across the mountains in the west. There is a big storm hitting California. It is bringing heavy rain, unfavorable wind directions, and low clouds. So San Francisco and the Bay Area, down to Los Angeles, through Fresno, Sacramento, everywhere in here could have delays related to this storm. And on to the next one. On Wednesday, we start to see quiet weather kind of take over. Not much in the way of delays. A little chance in Chicago. They're going to have winds coming off Lake Michigan blowing into the city. In that situation, this time of year, you can get low clouds. There is a risk at O'Hare and Midway that they have delays. Otherwise, really just some routing delays, and most areas will not have anything going on. And as we go into Thursday, similar story. A little bit of unfavorable wind for Boston, New York City may cause some light delays. Also some light delays for Minneapolis with late afternoon thunderstorms. Potentially a little bit worse delays in Denver with afternoon thunderstorms, and this will be in Cheyenne to Colorado Springs as well. So you're flying into any of those airports, potential for late afternoon delays. Much more thunderstorms over the mountains, so routing delays will be more likely there. And then also some low clouds in the Bay Area, again, may cause some morning to midday delays. As we go into Friday, still kind of quiet. There's a little bit of tropical activity brewing down by the Yucatan, by Cancun and Cozumel. It shouldn't be an issue right now, but it's just something to watch. There will be some thunderstorms that move from Minneapolis on Thursday. That area moves through Chicago Friday morning and then goes up into Detroit and Toronto on Friday. That will cause some delays at the airport and routing issues. And then in the Pac Northwest, a storm will bring a lot of rain, wind, low clouds. So Seattle, Portland, Vancouver, British Columbia all may have delays and low clouds in the Bay Area. going into the weekend, if sorry for the noise, if you can hear it, a little bit of background noise. There is a potential for a large, massive line of thunderstorms, and I call it the wall. It extends from Canada down to Texas. It is favorable for this time of year for this to occur. And in this situation, this is on Sunday. Sunday morning, it goes through Chicago, or Sunday afternoon. Sunday afternoon, it goes through Chicago. So on Monday, it's likely going to be somewhere between Chicago and the East Coast. If this develops, it will cause widespread, significant delays and cancellations for all East Coast airports. Likely the in-between airports will have a lot of people getting diverted to. So Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, you may not have actual thunderstorms at the airport, but all the diversions from the East Coast like to go to those airports in between. And then Chicago may be free of this on Monday, but trying to get to the East Coast will not be possible. And all the airplanes that are coming to Chicago that you may get on to go onto another place, you will also be canceled or delayed because there's no aircraft for you. So this could be a real mess on the 19th and 20th if it forms. Still pretty far out there, so things could change. Tropical activity, possible hurricane or tropical storm in the Gulf of Mexico. And this could affect the Yucatan a little bit, but for the most part, I think it'll be north of there. Denver has a chance for having one of their classic rain to heavy snows, very wet snow. It will affect Cheyenne down to Denver, less in Colorado Springs. It will be more in the Sunday morning, so Sunday is when that's the bulk of this is. If you are flying into or out of or connecting through Denver, just beware. There could be significant delays, and if you are driving, also some issues. That's pretty much it as we go into through the week. So it's going to be busy at the beginning, quiet during the middle, and busy at the end. If you are traveling, good luck, safe flights, and if you have any questions or you need any further sort of more detailed information or forecast, or you want me to monitor a forecast for you, reach out. This is what I do. I can text message you if there's an issue with your flight. I can send you an email, and I can send you better, more detailed graphics as your flight gets closer. Anyway, good luck, safe travels.